Uncle Praphit, zibbity-doo, boom, backwards, plow. Uncle Praphit, zabbity-doo. People, it's time for some Uncle Praphit action. People, I want to try to figure out, how do we keep our president accountable? Our president, it's hard, it feels weird to say, because a lot of us, like myself, is that's not my president. But whether we like it or not, the 47th president of America is that guy, Trump. And how do we keep him accountable to be a good president? You know, to do the things that he said he's going to do, I guess, is the only way to keep a president accountable. But if they say that they're going to do horrible things, then, you know, I don't know if I want to keep him accountable for all that stuff. But anyway, people, let's take a look at what he has said he's going to do. First, the biggest deportation of all time is what he said. That's what it's going to be in this term. The biggest deportation of all time, if undocumented. But how are you going to do that? And like, it's supposed to be taking out national security risk. If they're simply undocumented, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a national security risk. But how are you going to do it? You're going to just knock on doors and, you know, just ask, are there any illegals in there? You know, you're going to have some sort of like what are the standards? Like, how do you know? What's going to be the policy? You know, if they're illegal, make them feeble. If they shout, kick them out or knock them out, whatever. If they're brown, pin them down. If they look suspicious, get vicious. Like, what are they going to do? They just knock on the door and like, you got 30 seconds to get out of our country or we're coming in shooting. Like, what are you going to do? I don't know, people. I don't know how we're going to keep them accountable for that. But that's actually one, unfortunately, I think he's going to come good on. I don't know, people. He also says he's going to fix our economy. It's going to end inflation. Prices have already gone down to a degree. Gas prices have actually jumped back up. They were going down when Biden was on his way out. Now that Trump's in, they've kind of gone back up. He said he's going to fix the economy by ending inflation, by helping the rich, by tariffing the shit out of everything. And if you ask all the experts, people who know about the economy, they say that a bunch of tariffs is not going to help our country. Not going to help at all. And I kind of question, people will say, well, Trump is this great businessman. If you actually look into his businesses, you find out he's not that great of a businessman. At the very least, there's question of his business acumen. I'm just saying. So will Trump be humble enough to pass on some of these economy issues to people around him to actually fix the economy? Because the economy does need some help. But I don't believe that Trump is qualified to do it. So he's going to be humble enough to pass some of these responsibilities on. Is there anything in Trump's past that says that he'll be humble to do anything? I don't know, people. That's a big problem. Climate change. What climate change? What's that? Now, he's already taken money away and said, drill, baby, drill. So there's that. I don't know about accountability there. He says he's going to end the war in Ukraine in one day. Well, it's been more than one day now. He's been in office. We're still waiting. I don't know if he's waiting for a particular day to end the war in one day. And also, my question again is how? How is he going to do this? Because of his business acumen that we already said is questionable. Because of his relationship with Putin. Like, what is he going to, like, hey, Poots, hey, bro, you know, can you cut it out with the whole war stuff? What's he going to do? If Zelensky loses, he's probably going to be put to death. If Putin loses, he's going to have diminished power at best. And at worst, he's going to have a loss of power. So, like, how can there be peace there? And do we view Trump as a bringer of peace? Some people are afraid that he's going to bring about a national abortion ban. I don't think that's going to happen. So there's there. Because I think that he takes pride in keeping the decision on abortion with the states. I think he takes pride in that. And we know how Trump feels about his pride, his ego. So I don't think that that's going to happen. However, anytime he gets a pen near some paper, I think people should be wary, should make sure that there's nothing concerning a national abortion ban anywhere near those papers he's signing away. Pardons have already taken place. I think pardoning is weird in general. Like, you've committed these crimes, but hey, it's okay. It's fine. And especially with someone like Trump, who was so big on law and order with his campaign, especially his last campaign. Law and order, law and order, law and order. He's got to uphold the law and whatnot. When you have people who have clearly broken the law violently, and you're saying, it's okay. That's all right. But the pardons are already done. That you know, as far as accountability, it's already done. He's promised to go after people who have wronged him. as far as kind of bringing him to court and all this stuff in the courts. He's got a vendetta. And if you have wronged Trump in the past, you should be scared. You should be, because he's on a mission to take y'all out. It's a sweet deal, too, because he's trying to take out, one of the people he's trying to take out, one of the many people, or the people who was bringing cases against him. But as president, you can't be prosecuted. So it's kind of like being a crime boss. You know, you can do a bunch of shady stuff and you can't be prosecuted. So it doesn't really matter. That's a crazy gig to have, president. It's wild. It's wild, people. So to recap, accountability, fuck it. It's going to be a wild 4 years, people. I would say the only thing we can do, number one, try to distract Trump. He seems like he's easily distracted. Just start picking apart his ego, talking about the sizes of his crowds and all kinds of stuff like that. Maybe you can distract him from doing horrible things, saying horrible things. Maybe you can pray. Maybe you can do that. But there's some parts of the country who believe that Trump's God's guy. So I don't know what you'd be praying about. I don't know. And lastly, people, get your passport ready, because you never know. Just in case, have your passport ready. Wild 4 years. I'm going to drink. Uncle Praphit, zibbity-doo. Uncle Praphit, zabbity-doo.